The joy of peace is you and you. The promise of peace is new in you. Live here and everywhere in love for peace. This is the Creator's meal for all of human race and kind. Set the mind on peace, all minds, for the joy of peace is you and you. Our promise of peace is renewed. Grab the mic and sing in peace. Roam the streets but drop the weapons. Walk and talk in peace. Mount the pulpit preaching slams. We unite to promote peace around. For all nations of this world abound. For all kingdoms and crowns. For all faces and races around.
Of humankind.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Mr. Papu. Welcome to the comfort of my home.
Thank you very much.
Well.
By the grace of God, I can't complain. By the grace of God, everything is fine. This afternoon, I'm here with PAP MCGH and as well as WEIJA-GBAWE TV. It is a collabo program that we have, and basically, we want to know you. We've heard the name Saka Allotey, and we decided to come closer to you so that we get to have more information about you and know you better. Who are you?
Okay, like you rightly said, the name given to me by my mom and my dad is Saka Allotey, but I also affectionately called WEIJA-GBAWE. Well, I am about 9 years married to a beautiful woman by name Elizabeth Allotey, with a beautiful daughter and 2 handsome boys. Well, I hail from the renowned Allotey family, from the royal family of Simpe in the Greater Accra region.
Can you tell us about your educational background? Give us educational background.
Oh, well, I had my basic education at the Agri Memorial, and later on to the John Taylor International School. I had my junior high school education at the Infantimine Preparatory and GHS, and I had a couple of tertiary education. Let me mention but few. I was with the Ghana School of Survey, then to the Institute of Commercial Management in UK, and later on to the Lambeth College of London. Then again, I had my MBA at the Ghana Business School, and a lot more.
All right. So currently, what do you do? Are you in charge of a company, a big company, a group of companies? Can you tell us a bit about what you do?
Well, I'm a geometric engineer by profession, but I'm involved in so many companies because I am the president and the founder of Build the Billionaire group of companies with a lot of subsidiaries. If I could mention but few, Bill Lance Consults, Graphic Wood, Ghana, Nisalo Ghana, Jomo and Dromo Enterprise, and New Security Era Security Solutions, and many more. We have a lot of subsidiaries. And also, I'm a director of a couple of companies. That is Cooperative Mining and Alternative Livelihood. I'm a director on that board. I'm also on the board, which is the biggest stakeholder with the Mineral Commission, that is Retired Mine Workers Foundation. I have been a model director of the Youth in Mining, Ghana. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So looking at all this that you do you have time for yourself? What do you do at your leisure time?
Well, at my leisure time, my quiet time, I meditate. Well, I just meditate. That's it.
You are not into any sporting activity, jogging, waking up early in the morning. What do you do?
Oh, well, Mr. Pap, a bit of moderation of everything is my plan. I do a bit of everything, a bit of sports, a bit of this, a bit of that, a bit of exercise. Mostly, I love to have a quiet time to meditate a lot. Yes, okay. Because I'm a very, concentrated and focused person. I wish to be left alone. That's my quiet time.
Let's talk about politics.
Okay.
Which of the political ideologies do you belong to?
Well, I'm a social democrat. So, and precisely, I'm with the National Democratic Congress. That's the greatest political party in Ghana.
So, if I may ask, when did you join the National Democratic Congress at DC?
Just the day after I was 18 years, I was with the NDC. And up to date, I'm still with the NDC.
Okay, so I want to believe that you have been able to go through the mill in the party. What are some of the opportunities or positions have you held in the party?
Well, on the quiet, I have held a couple of positions, and I've also contributed my quota to the National Democratic Congress in several ways. I believe I can speak of few. I have been the coordinator for the National Food Societies Association of the NDC, and I've also, rose through the rank, became a director for all serial callers in the NDC, and also became a national president of a tax force by name Agenda 57% Tax Force for Hon.Dr.Nii Mahama in the 2016 elections. And after we lost in the 2016 elections, I had to move and touch base with my constituency. That's the WEIJA-GBAWE constituency.
Okay.
And ever since 2017, I've been part and parcel of the WEIJA-GBAWE constituency, doing the reorganization of the party at the base. And through that, I've been involved in so many exercises and a lot of things in and within the party. In the quest to snatch power from the MPP in the WEIJA-GBAWE, I availed myself to serve the people of WEIJA-GBAWE. Since I was born, raised, schooled in WEIJA-GBAWE, I decided to take up that challenge, and I contested for the Member of Parliament hopeful for the WEIJA-GBAWE NDC in the 2019 parliamentary primaries.
Okay.
Any more to ask?
Okay, so you did not get opportunity to lead the party in the 2020 election. So around that time, what were you doing?
Well. If anybody talks of the National Democratic Congress, it should talk about matters of the heart. The NDC is in our heart, in our minds, everything we do. And as much as I had aspirations to lead the NDC in the WEIJA-GBAWE constituency, the constituents, the delegates thought it wasn't time, so they gave the mandate to my brother, which I also supported him the little way I can to go through. I championed a lot of initiatives, including the security operations to handle all the polling centers in terms of security. And also, I even happened to be in the coalition room for 2 nights. That is coalition agent for the presidential and the parliamentary elections. So I happened to support my brother in the quest for, snatching power from this, confused and super incompetent MPP here in WEIJA-GBAWE constituency.
I just want to ask a final question when we want to look at issues that has to do with politics. How well are you known at the ground? Like some people say that I'm a grassroots person, I'm grassroots this, I'm grassroots that. Is the name Nibi Jatabi a grassroots name?
Oh yes. Honestly, I'm even overwhelmed. The extent of which my name, it rings even a bell in the minds of our opponents here in the WEIJA-GBAWE constituency. A lot of security issues I would want to be a bit quiet on that. I want to be a bit quiet on that.
Okay, so we are going into another election, that is the 2024 election. I don't know whether you have declared or made your intent clear that you want to contest the primaries, that is the parliamentary primaries of the National Democratic Congress in the WEIJA-GBAWE constituency. Can you tell me a bit about it?
Okay. I've had several calls from friends, from family, from constituents, from delegates, from executive, both from national, regional, about my intention to contest for the parliamentary primaries here in WEIJA-GBAWE. But upon further research, speaking to the overlords of this land and opinion leaders, I think I've come to a conclusion that I'll be a very big disservice to the people if I don't contest in this parliamentary primaries. So on this day, as I speak to you this morning, I have tendered in my letter of intent to contest for the high office, that is parliamentary member hopeful for the WEIJA-GBAWE constituency.
All right, so that will be enough for politics. Now let's look at this particular program. Just recently, a program was organized by the United International Peace and Governance Council of Africa. You were part of that program. Can you tell us a bit about that program and some of the awards and certificates that you were given?
Well. I'm just humbled by that international platform. UNIPGC is an international body that is affiliated with the UN. Well, they had their 11th edition of the African Leadership Summit and honors. Well, the whole initiative is about how to keep a sustainable peace in Africa and how to also invest in peace. But like we all know, without advocacy, without poverty eradication, without employment, without entrepreneurship, without capacity building, we cannot achieve such sustainable peace that you're looking for. So all what UNIPGC is about is, making sure that we're able to maintain a sustainable peace in Africa. So that summit came off at the conference center last Friday, that's the 10th February, and they happened to also honor certain people with a doctorate degree from the High Stone International University of California in the United States. And also as you look here, I was inducted as a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Peace and Governance. So as I speak to you, I'm a fellow of the Chartered Institute
Peace and
of Peace and Governance.
Yeah, that is coming from Texas, USA.
Yeah, Texas, yeah, USA. And also I have a UN ambassadorial role. That is the UN SGD Ambassador of Peace.
Yes, Ambassador of Peace. Yes.
That is a Millennium Development Goal.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Before we end that one, you are a security expert, and let's talk briefly about youth unemployment and how it affects or its impact on security. What do you think about the level of youth unemployment that we have in Africa, and for that matter, the constituency that you want to contest as a parliamentary candidate?
Oh, thank you, Mr. Pap. To talk of youth employment is an international phenomenon, but it's a serious issue when you talk about Africa. Youth employment, youth has been ignored over the years. And over the world, we have about 72% of the total population as youth. And let me narrow it down to Ghana. We are 60% of the total population. And you can just imagine if the excess of energy in us is not properly planned for, there are no proper policies and programs to be able to absorb such energy. You and I know the security implications that it will bring, because they will involve themselves in a whole lot of social vices, like the robbery, like the prostitution, like a whole lot you can think of. And that is a serious security threat to the nation. But like I said, I am for peace, because I'm a peace ambassador. But my words are for war. Because without justice, without advocacy, without poverty alleviation, without good employment or good entrepreneurial training skills or policies to be able to absorb the steaming youth, will not be able to achieve peace. So what I I look at as an ambassador, I'm to preach peace. But like I said, narrowing down to my constituency, WEIJA-GBAWE, what has been conferred on me, I'm using that to also try to encourage the youth of WEIJA-GBAWE and also tell them of my plans and my intentions of bringing in a lot of capacity building, digital transformation, entrepreneurship skills that will make sure that they have a handy job to be able to build themselves in a way that they will not end up in other form of social vices.
Okay. During your program or during the program at the Accra International Conference Center, you were interviewed and you made a statement that initially we say that the youth are the future leaders. And you said they are no more the future leaders and they are today leaders. If you can expatiate a bit for us.
Well, for now, I don't know who I call a youth, but in Ghana here, we believe all those that fall within between the age of 18 years and 45 years, I believe.
Yeah, sure.
And as we form the 60% of the population of Ghana, why then we think that we are future leaders? That is a question here, Mr. Pap. We are no longer future leaders. The perception and the view that we are the future leaders for tomorrow isn't the case anymore, because our number has outnumbered the adults.
Yeah.
I mean, the old folks. So we need to be able to conscientize ourselves in a manner where we can take up opportunities at this level. So we need to be concerned and worried about things that happen in and around us. We need to involve ourselves in the politics of this country. Politics is not just about, becoming a politician here and there, but it's about the day-to-day activities that happens in and around you. You need to have interest. That is why I'm saying that for me alone, I am not a future leader. I am a today leader.
Okay, before we go, not long ago, like you mentioned about the program that was held at the Accra International Press Conference, you were nominated to receive Leadership Excellence and Icon of Peace Award, which you have shown us earlier on. Then honor of doctorate degree. This one was conferred on you by a university in the United States of America, that is California, and the name is High Stone International University. I just want us to concentrate on this particular doctorate degree, just briefly.
Mr. Pa, what do you want to know about it?
Just tell me a bit about it. How do you feel after receiving this? So now your name is not going to be, that is what we'll be calling you. We can't call you just Nii Saka Allotey or Mr. or Honorable, but obviously we have to add the title, Dr. Nii Saka Allotey.
If you talk of the name, then I think there's more to add. There's more to add because for us, an ambassador, you should be highly acknowledged as excellency. So, if you talk about name regarding Doctor, Honorable, and all that, then I should tell you, you can now call me His Excellency Ambassador Honorable Dr. Nii Saka Allotey.
But how many awards did you receive?
Well, I had about 3 awards and one doctorate degree and 1 induction as a fellow. Okay. So I had the doctorate degree conferred on me by the High Stone International University. I also had investiture of Chartered Institute of Peace and Governance. I also had this ambassadorial as the UN SGD's Ambassador of Peace. I also had an Icon of Peace award, and I think I'm done. I think it's okay.
Sure. Before we end this interview, I want you to give a very short message to the constituency that you want to lead, then also the delegates especially.
Well, to the steaming youth of WEIJA-GBAWE, you're my drive, and I can tell you that for over 2 decades, you've never had your voice heard in the August House. And as I tell you, we are on the way to the 2024 general elections. I must encourage you to go out there, vote for a dynamic, I mean, a smart, an outspoken, a young, vibrant, bold, fearless leader to be able to lead this constituency and bring employment and bring development to the constituency.